Losing yourself in motherhood is a common struggle, but nobody is talking about the grief that you feel watching yourself disappear. What's even worse is not noticing that it's even happening. One day you just wake up realizing that the woman you used to be is gone. And it's like getting that one phone call that you dread when you know you're never going to see somebody again. And I want you to just imagine being told that you can't grieve your loved one. You just have to suck it up and move on with your life. By the end of this conversation, you're going to know exactly why skipping this step is doing more damage to your relationships than you think, and give yourself permission to grieve. How do you get over a sudden loss when the other person can't or won't talk to you anymore? When I went through one of the most devastating breakups of my life, it felt like trying to do a bench press and the weight was too heavy and there was nothing I could do for a while but lay there and just feel crushed and like I'm trying to breathe. And eventually I had to just make a decision. I could keep laying there under all that weight, or I could shimmy my little butt to the right and get off that bench and push that barbell away. When you're grieving the old you, it just feels heavy. And you have that same feeling like you're longing for what used to be. So you spend hours thinking about what could have been. You beat yourself up over what you could have done differently. But instead of acknowledging the loss, you try to act like everything is fine and you'll be okay. And you push forward, telling yourself this is just part of life and motherhood is supposed to be about the kids. You literally dismiss your feelings. You tell yourself to suck it up and move on. The problem is you still think about her. And when you look around at your less than perfect family that's working the one good nerve you got left, you miss her. You feel abandoned because she ghosted you, or you feel pissed about your family making you choose between her and them. So now you're carrying this baggage into all of your conversations. And that sounds like your words having just a little more attitude, your patience being a little bit or a lot a bit shorter because you're tired of hearing everybody else's voice and not hearing your own. And you don't want to be bothered, but you can't figure out why because nothing's wrong. And a small request is going to drive you over the edge because you've given these people enough. So your connections start to suffer, but they don't have to. When you recognize the stages of grief, your reactions start to make more sense to you. What you feel, think, and do lines up more often, and your reactions don't feel so random because you can pinpoint exactly where they're coming from. You can feel like you have more control over yourself. So, what do the stages of grief look like for your identity? Well, in the denial stage, you're trying to convince yourself this is just a season. I'll get back to myself later. It is what it is. I'm fine. This is just mom life. But then the anger stage sets in, and it's like, dang, everybody wants something from me all the time. I hate it here. And my favorite, F these kids. When you make it to the bargaining stage, you start thinking, if I can just get her to kindergarten, get her through high school, if I can just wait until he goes into the service, goes to college, if I can stay productive and patient and grateful, this will all be worth it. You're negotiating with yourself about when you get to enjoy your own life. In the sadness stage, you feel some kind of way because you know you'll never be the same person again. Is some of that for the best? Absolutely. And also, some of it truly feels like your best years are behind you. And you get to grieve that. But then you finally accept the loss and you know things are just different now. And different doesn't have to mean bad. And this is the stage when you get to decide who you are. You create your new identity after you've accepted the loss of the old one. And this is where all of the videos you usually find about finding yourself again can actually help you. And I'll put the links to my own videos in the post description, but women can start building new identities after they realize that they got lost and accept that. And it's okay for you to acknowledge the parts that are fading. It's normal for you to feel sad about it. And that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you or you're slipping into depression. Could you be? Yes, and you should talk to a therapist. Or maybe you're just sad because you're grieving the old you. And other people aren't talking about it because it's something that most people don't even think about. I know I talk with my hands a lot. It's like jazz hands. I don't know, whatever. But other people just want you to hurry up and move on. But sometimes you got to look at what was so that you know what will be. And after you're done grieving and you're ready to create a different life for yourself, you're going to be questioning how you do that without becoming selfish. And when you're used to not having a you outside of them, it's only natural. So when we talk next week, we're going to get into what it means to be positively selfish and why you're actually going to love it. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you know when that goes live. And may the Lord watch between me and thee while we are absent one from another. Love ya. Bye.